In the UK, there were buses named after wild animals, such as the leopard or the tiger. But in Switzerland, there was the Hochlenker, or high handlebar bus, but it was better known as the Giraffe, and for a good reason. This is the story of the FBW Hochlenker D90 Giraffe, the bus where the driver was 5 feet above you. Hi, this is Jeffrey. Now, back in 1959, Zurich's transport company, the VBZ, took delivery of a brand new bus. But it wasn't just any bus. This was something different. It was something quite unique. This was the FBW Hochlenker D90 with a Tuscher body. Now, what made this bus so special? Well, mainly, the driver's area was raised 5 feet above the top of the floor of the interior of the bus. And so that's what gave it its name, its unofficial name of the Giraffe. And that's what we're going to learn about in this video, the Zurich Giraffe bus. So let's get started in learning about the FBW Hochlenker D90. In the 19th century, horse-drawn omnibuses and stagecoaches had their drivers positioned up high. In the mid-20th century, this idea was about to be revived on a new bus in Switzerland. In 1959, the Zurich Transport Company, also known as VBZ, acquired the first of a series of 12 very special vehicles. In order to increase passenger capacity, bodybuilder Tuscher and Company, together with the FBW Motor Vehicle Factory and the VBZ, developed a high-steering bus that was unquestionably unique. Inside of this vehicle, the driver was seated in a cab approximately 1.5 meters or nearly 5 feet higher than the typical bus. This gave the driver a better view of the road ahead and created more space for passengers on the lower level. The special appearance not only brought the bus a lot of attention and a fan base, but also the nickname Giraffe. Supposedly, the passengers who used these buses were generally very fond of them. The first bus built initially ran under number 219 after delivery in 1959, but was renumbered 239 in 1960. In 1960 to 1961, 11 more buses, numbered 240 to 250, were delivered and mostly ran on the Zurich to Oerlikon, Herzenbach, and the airport line, as these routes had a comparatively high number of passengers. It was also known as the Type D90. Now, let's take a look at some of the basic specifications of the Giraffe high-steering D90 bus. Number 1. Length was 12.04 meters or 39 feet 6 inches. Number 2. Width was 2.5 meters or 8 feet 2 inches. Number 3. Height at the top of the driver's area was 3.5 meters or 11 feet 6 inches. Number 4. Weight was 18,000 kilograms or 19.8 short tons. Number 5. Engine was the FBW EDU-A 6-cylinder underfloor diesel. Number 6. Gearbox was the PG51 4-speed semi-automatic planetary gearbox. Number 7. There were 26 seats and accommodated 86 standees for a total of 112 passengers. The VBZ drivers always had to go to work neatly dressed and wearing clean black shoes. Clean shoes were very important for the high-steering Giraffe bus, as these were the first things passengers saw. There were 3 steps up in order to reach the driver's cab. Once at the top, and especially during the summer, the drivers quickly felt like they were in a sauna behind the glass, despite the sliding and folding windows. Coach builder Tuscher was convinced this bus would be a success with its raised driver's seat. If it had proved successful, more buses would have been ordered, but in the end, nothing came of it. Although customers were worldwide, no other transport company showed any interest, and so production ended by 1962. This was due in part to the success of the subsequent articulated buses that were placed into service, as well as the excessive height of the Giraffe. The high-steering vehicle could not be used on all routes within the VBZ network. There were a number of unofficial reasons why VBZ abandoned the high-steering type bus. They are therefore briefly listed here. The most important reason is said to have been the positive experience with the new Soarer articulated prototype GUK bus, which was in competition with the high-steering model. Up until the introduction of this new vehicle, the articulated bus was still considered too expensive to operate. The economics of operation now favored the new articulateds over the Giraffes. Secondly, there was the higher purchase price, as these were more expensive than comparably sized buses operated by VBZ. Thirdly, the limited use options, as there were still a number of underpasses in Zurich at the time that posed the risk of contact with the roof, especially at those underpasses where trams also ran and the overhead wires were at a height of 3.5 meters or 11 feet 6 inches and thus could have protruded into the clearance profile of the bus. At the time, the Schaffhauserstrasse underpass near Oerlikon station was of major concern. These are the reasons that could be found in the daily press at the time concerning these buses. VBZ never provided an official reason why the buses were considered non-suitable for further use or production. The buses remained in operation for almost 20 years and were retired at the end of the 1970s. Number 219 is now a beautifully restored example that was refurbished in 1995 and can still be admired every first and third Sunday of the month at the FBW Museum in Wetzikon. And lastly, another Giraffe bus does still exist and has been converted into a motorhome. So there it is, the story of Zurich's famed Giraffe bus. Now I wonder what people think of this bus because it definitely was unusual and unique. And could there have been someplace else on Earth that could have used this type of a bus? FBW did marketing for it, but maybe they just didn't do enough of it. So if there's any other place outside of Zurich where you think this bus could have ran, just let us know. I think it would be interesting to know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Zurich D90 Hochlenker Giraffe bus. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.